helicopters.
Yikes.
That is a lot of helicopters. And just look how this looks on the outside. It's like a compressed aquarium. It looks so unassuming with the walls up. Like, this looks like a building where you'd keep your servers. Little do they know, something...
It's like a bunch of dying whales lying on top of each other. That is so creepy. Okay, here's a little story. The other day I was coming back from Copenhagen, and as usual I would go to the main train station, and there lies Tivoli. This is like an amusement park in the center of Copenhagen, and I see a bunch of middle-aged dudes wearing the same shirt, totally excited to go on a certain ride, and I was like, nice. These men are enjoying themselves a nice little roller coaster ride, and it just turns out that they were actually giving the thing a given price. The Ace roller coaster landmark price is apparently a thing that is given to certain landmarks that they think are important for people to visit, and this ride in Tivoli that they were on apparently received one, and that was kind of interesting because it's a nice piece of engineering and one that fuses well within the modern and the old part of Copenhagen, and it's like, it's nice to see. But in contrast to that, there are constructions like the ones that Josh tends to make from the Let's Game It Out channel. And this time around, of course, I'm going to be checking out a video of his, but this is I made a theme park where every ride is life ruining. Before we watch, please do make sure to go and subscribe to his channel, and let's get into it.
Hey there, it's Josh. Welcome back to Let's Game It Out. We're checking out Indoor Lands today, which, as you can tell by all this activity in the background, it has a bunch of rides, but indoors. And I sure do love making dysfunctional parks. And also, this video is sponsored by AFK Arena. Anyway, enough talk. New game. First things first, let's name our park. You know, I probably could have gone with something with
the sounds that you make when you're watching the rides that you're going to get on. Maybe not.
a little more flair, but you gotta admit that looks pretty good. Unfortunately, it doesn't change the name of the sign, but that's okay. We'll just customize this in our own ways. And by that I mean let's change the color so it's pink with another dose of pink, so that now everybody's eyes are bleeding the moment they look at this sign. And boy, our little statue out front sure looks good. I sure do like that Cthulhu's trying to escape look. Anyway, it's time to get started with the park. This is obviously where everyone buys their tickets to get into the park, and right now there's not much else. Everything past it is just empty desert. Wait, before we get really into this, can I just take one individual building? And by that I mean the toilet. And can I just place this thing so it's the only thing here? And then we take the ticket price and we switch it from a charitable 0 all the way up to the highest at 30, which gives us a beautiful visitor upset chance of 90%. Can we convince people to come in just to use the bathroom? Well, let's see. We have a bus pulling in right now.
Nope.
Drat. Yes, this one bathroom just isn't enticing enough. Well, what if we sweeten the deal with some kind of restaurant? Like churros. Everybody loves churros, so let's go ahead and put those right next to the bathroom, and then back one tile. There you go, so that we know it's there, but nobody can get to it. Oh my god, and just like that, look, there's some people. Oh, I think we're gonna get along. You don't seem to believe in physics at all. But the important part is they're making their way to the front doors, hopefully absolutely unaware to the high ticket prices. All right, let's see how this goes. Oh, they seem unhappy with those ticket prices. Well, back to the car. So long, suckers. Someone's gonna be dumb enough to fall for this. I mean, like, look at these people. They brought their 3 kids.
Oh, no.
Wait a minute, why are the kids individually going up to buy their ticket? Shouldn't that be the parents' job? Oh yeah, there we go. Wait a minute, didn't you all come together as a group? Did you just all leave your kid here alone at the park? See, this is why you should have paid for your child. You just ditched them as they meander around, confused and scared. Look, I know you can smell the churros and everything, but that's not gonna make it move any closer.
Poor child.
You have 2 options. Force yourself to use the bathroom or leave empty-handed. And it looks like they've chosen to leave empty-handed. Aww. And then a sad face, which I can only assume is realizing that your family left you here. Okay, that was a nice little introduction to how this game works. And I love it when any endeavor we get into starts at 0% happiness. There's a lot more we can do, because there's like rides and attractions, which is gonna give us a real chance to tackle this beast that is our theme park. And hey, speaking of beasts, let's talk about our sponsor for this video, AFK Arena, which is available to play right now for free on Android and iOS. AFK Arena is a deep and colorful idle collectible RPG where players can build up their own unique team and send them off to complete missions, level up, and gather tons of rewards along the way. And just recently, they added the QR code right here for you to try out the game for yourself for free. And also use this code to get incredible gifts. And thanks again to AFK Arena and its adorable beasts for sponsoring. Okay, so first things first, let's start with a little pathing. Now in other games that might be like walkways and stuff, but in here, because everything is indoors, they're basically literally hallways. And I realize that in like a normal theme park, you would probably want to design this in such a way where you can get to like anything you want at any time. But not here, of course. You let me make actual hallways, then I'm gonna make the most excruciating gauntlet just to get to the rides. Yeah, there we go, like that. Now, as much as I love mazes, I want to be clear that this is not a maze, because a maze would imply that you could get lost. There's no getting lost in this. It's literally just one really long, windy hallway. Yeah. And do you see this fence line here? That's the edge of our current property. The entire starting area is all hallways. So let's do a little expanding. We're gonna take this piece, and this piece, and this piece. I like how buying that gets rid of the lake entirely. Yeah, get out of here in the name of progress. Oh, and also we could make all this stuff nicer. Like we could change all the colors so that it's a lot less boring. But why on earth would we want that for people? And continuing on over here, that's where we're gonna make our first hall. Now don't confuse this with paths. These are actually something called ride halls. These isolated little rooms is where we put some different kinds of rides. We're gonna start with the most basic one just so we can get a sense of what this is all about. So we can experience all this self-contained fun on our own terms. And the fun thing about these is we can enter these halls and get a much better look around. Look at this illusion of being in the actual great outdoors. It's like we're really there. And one of my favorite things about this has got to be the ceiling. Not only is it really nice cloud cover, but it also reveals to me something that I was really hoping for. That this room has absolutely no natural light coming in.
You know what? I'd much rather... This may sound completely idiotic, but I mean, this is the type of game that we're dealing with. But I'd much rather be yeeted to a faraway distance in an outdoor ride than being slammed straight into a concrete wall indoor. I don't know. It's not logical. I mean, the indoor one is much likely to be the one with the higher chance of survival, but... I don't know, there's just something that just feels wrong with indoor rides.
Like if I toggle the walls from the outside, it gives you the illusion that there's windows up there looking in. But now we know that's not the case. It's more like a casino for children. No windows, no clocks, and no idea how much time has passed in our contained little world where no one can save you. Oh, but we're not done here. There's decorating to do. And oh my goodness, do we have so many categories. Pirate stuff, Japanese stuff, Viking stuff. Wait, what is this? Apocalypse. Well, let's start there. My goodness, so many options. What does this downed helicopter even look like? Unfortunately, we can't put it on any of the pathways, but away from the pathway, we sure can. Not only that, we can obviously add more, but if we place this thing on top of it, it'll actually stack. Oh boy. Wait, so if I just keep stacking this so it's higher and higher and higher, oh, it looks like as we stack higher, the actual height of this building goes higher. Unfortunately, there is an upper limit to how far you can take this, because after a point, it just starts putting down red stuff.
That's a modern masterpiece.
But the point is our ability to put stuff is left only to our imagination. And also this little meter right here I thought was an item limit, but no, it's absolutely not. I believe it's that the more items you put down, the more attractive this feels to people. Because of course now I want to know, as I'm sure we all do, how much crap can I actually put in this place? Oh, no. Well, let's start in a corner and find out. Yeah, so funny story. I'm pretty sure there's no limit besides how much you can shove in here, as is evidenced by all of these helicopters. Yikes. That is a lot of helicopters. And just look how this looks on the outside. It's like a compressed aquarium. It looks so unassuming with the walls up. Like this looks like a building where you'd keep your servers. Little do they know, something...
It's like a bunch of dying whales lying on top of each other. That is so creepy.
Far more sinister awaits. And we're not even done yet. We're supposed to put a ride right there. And we have many excellent choices. We've got Crown and Salto and Reacher. Now they give us these 11 to start with, but we can construct our own, which we'll do later. For now, we're gonna stick with the Reacher, and presto. Ah yes, there it is. And this ride comes complete with a bunch of despondent workers. It doesn't get more perfect. I love it. From the outside, you can't even see the roller coaster. Oh hey, no, never mind, there it is. Anyway, I think our park is in pretty good shape now. Let's bring ticket prices all the way down and park capacity all the way up, because now I want as many people in here as possible. Oh my god, and I think we're about to get our wish. No. Yes, hello everybody, come on in. Don't everybody crowd at once. Hey, what the hell are you guys doing? You can't just cheat through all these walls. There's supposed to be rules to all this stuff. What are you, wizards? Well, whatever, they're staying in the lines for the most part. Look at all these tiny little ants having a great time running through these hallways. They must be having so much fun. I bet we can hear from all the way back here. Oh, here we go. People are finally mingling around here, looking terrifying as always. Oh, and look, they're joining the queue for the ride, so they can all have a crazy space adventure together in perfect formation of their single file line. All right, hop aboard. It's time for the fun of a lifetime.
It's a whole workout.
Yeah, he's excited. I also like that basically none of these seats are full. Yeah, that's cool. Don't let people on those ones. There's no line or anything. Oh, wait, hang on. The ride is beginning. Now we can finally see this thing in action. Oh boy, here we go. And now that we're going up and up, I can see that some of these things have turned red, which I'm pretty sure indicates that the game knows it's going to do some clipping. And it's unfortunately made those things incorporeal, which I guess kudos to the game for knowing that.
Yeah.
And also fiddlesticks to it knowing that. Anyway, while they're in there stuck on the ride for eternity, let's go ahead and add another path out of here and add another ride. Let's use this one down here, because I have some new ideas we can do. Looking stellar. Now, here's the thing about this. We're going to put a ride down in this space, but we're not going to do one of their pre-made ones. We're going to make our own. And for that, we need to go to create your ride. Ride name, Colossal Mistake. Okay, this is going to get kind of complicated, and I've done no research on how to do this, but I'm sure it's going to be fine, and I'm sure we can figure it out. So I guess first we'll start with a square platform. Okay, just lock that in right there. And then on that, let's go ahead and put a large engine. Okay, great. And on that large engine, let's put an angle arm. Okay, good. And on that angle arm, let's put another angle arm. And on that arm, let's put another angle arm. And we'll just keep doing this. And yes, it can go all the way upside down. Okay, that should about do it. It's not going to connect at the bottom, but that's probably okay. Here's our plan, though. You see this little spot right here? Well, I know...
Dude created an arc of nightmares.
What we're gonna put there. One whole seat. Yes, this could be you. Gripping the safety guards for dear life. Anyway, we're almost done, but not quite. For one, when we click on each one of these, oh boy, here's where the real fun begins. This thing does indeed rotate. Now, for the sake of a first test, we're not gonna adjust things like max speed and acceleration time. And now back over here, let's add the Colossal Mistake to our little park. Ah, yes, it's beautiful. Who would like to be the first person to try their luck at this thing? Oh boy, here we go. We have a daring contestant. My God, I can't believe she's actually gonna do it. Okay, you ready to go? Okay, that's enough of that. I'm sure you're fine. Okay, let's do this. Power all the way to max. Oh no.
Oh, jeez.
Oh God, no. Josh, you've gone too far this time. All I did is add one part and it made something this amazing. Oh God, we can switch it to another camera too. I believe this is the first person view. Oh yeah, this is about what I thought it would look like. I hope you're enjoying your NASA training. Why are you people still in line? Why would you want to be a part of this? Okay, next step. Let's take each one of these. Let's take that max speed from 5 all the way to 40. Not to mention every other one of these, we're gonna reverse the direction. And we'll name this one Colossal Mistake. Okay, so the ride looks just as it did before, but as we know, now it has one dark secret. Everything has been made faster and worse. What are your thoughts? Are you ready? Yes, that's the spirit. Then let us begin. Have a nice trip. Oh, it's beautiful, but also way worse. Imagine being at the end of that thing. Okay, so I have the game in super slow motion right now. What a certifiable nightmare. Okay, that's great. No holding back. Why limit ourselves to only a couple of parts when we could just use a little bit of everything? So buckle up and let's try to make the ultimate ride. Oh, hi there. I spent a little time putting something together, trying to figure out what works best with everything else, and I think I nailed something that's gonna make us all happy. Let me give you the grand tour while people line up. Now, something I wanted to focus on for...
Is that an extra for the Transformers movies? Oh, God. Oh, that's terrifying.
This ride is more seating. That's why down below there's 8 convenient seats. Never mind the fact that when you get in, you're facing, you know, the ground. And then you just wait here like this while everybody else boards. But that's just the beginning of our amazing seating. We also have 4 of these little chambers. That's right, somebody sits there. And while they sit there, there's all kinds of moving stuff all around them. It's supposed to look kind of like a flower. And once again, we have 4 of these. You're probably also wondering what this big mess is in the middle. Oh, this is all seating, don't you worry. See, look how happy these people look. It's okay, everybody, just hang out and wait. I know it feels pretty uncomfortable where you're basically a human centipede at the waist. Yeah. Listen, we wanted this ride to have more people, and now the ride has more people. And this isn't even the whole thing. There's more leading up this way, which is to say there's even more seats that are on these tower pieces, and then it goes even higher up for even more seats. And
I don't know where the abstract art begins and where the nightmare ends. But man, is it creative?
Then up here for even more seats. But I'm gonna hold off on showing you the rest until everybody boards. And we actually have a bit of a problem in that regard. I don't know exactly how many seats we have, but we do have 187 people in the park, and I think they're all on the ride waiting right now. So we can't start the ride yet. We have to make sure we have enough people to fill the whole thing up. So in order to get more people, I'm gonna buy some land way over here in the corner. And in this space right across from the highway, I'm gonna build all kinds of storefronts, some of which, like this steakhouse, have an attractiveness of 15, which sounds good, I guess. I don't really care because it's not like people can go to these things anyway. They just exist here to attract more people. And that's pretty much all we're doing in this corner.
Oh my god.
All kinds of buildings to make people think there's cool stuff in here. Okay, this feels like a much healthier number to me. I think the upper limit is 3,000 people. So we did it. Maximum capacity. And oh boy, it shows. Look at all the activity going on here. Sorry there's no water. Sorry you're tired. If you really cared, you would just cheat physics like all these people. Aw, see, that's more like it. Look at these crowds. They don't even have space to move anymore. No time for eyeballs. No time for not merging into each other. What I'm trying to say is everybody shove yourself onto the ride. I don't care what it takes. Or all these seats couldn't get filled up. I waited like 20 minutes and I guess people just stopped coming for whatever reason. So maybe there's like a maximum occupancy I didn't know about. That's okay though, because someone's sitting in my favorite seat, just waiting for the worst. Anyway, I'll finish showing you the rest of the stuff now that we know that there's not going to be anybody. In other words, we've got seats, seats, and more seats. And then if we go even higher, there's more seats, including these nice diamond watermelon seats. You know what? Maybe it's just that people didn't want to be up this high. Not like that's going to stop our tour, I can tell you that much. Basically, you just keep going up and up and up, because it doesn't matter how tall you build your ride, the size of this building will accommodate. Until you get to the top, where there's one seat. The only seat not being terrorized, by the way. I mean, unless you count being terrorized by how high up this is. But you'll see what I mean. Let's start the ride. Lock everything down, restraints on, every single piece of power to max. Oh boy. I'm not even sure where to begin. There's just so much going on here. I guess we'll start with these people on the ground. They're having a relatively muted good time, I would say, because besides their legs being constantly shattered over and over again, they're gonna make it out of this unscathed. Can't say the same for everybody else, of course. If we switch this to a slower speed, then we can get a much better look at the horrors that await the person in this seat. It's pretty much just constant nightmares. Stuff narrowly hitting them in the face over and over and over again. And they're left to just witness what these people are going through. And oh boy, are they probably having a bad time. Let's pause and see. Okay, now let's take a look. Oh, well, I was painfully wrong. I didn't realize you were all psychos. And then after that, it's pretty much stuff that's going to be spinning as fast as I could make it. I just hope one day that people wake up to realizing they want to be on the watermelon part of this ride. Because if you're going to die on a roller coaster, you might as well go in style. Oh, you know what? I was actually wrong. This seat is also spinning. So I guess nothing is safe on this ride. Ah, there it is from the outside. It's a shame we don't get to see it spinning from here. But we do get glorious, staggering frame rates. And hey, what does this thing look like when we bring the walls back up? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that looks perfect. We really lined that one up like a pro. Oh, and it just keeps getting better and better. It's like we got two buildings for the price of one. Oh, now everyone's upset and leaving, huh? Yes, everybody run away at once. Well, that was fun. Who knew you could have such a good time screwing around indoors? So I hope you had fun. I know I did. I want to thank AFK Arena again for sponsoring this video. Feel free to check them out with the link in the description, and I'll see you next time.
Like his colossal mistake was actually quite beautiful. I like the way that it was symmetrical. But then he had to create that abomination and ruin everything for everyone. Oh, that was fun. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. As always, please do go and subscribe to the Let's Game It Out channel. And if you like this video, give the video a like. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more. That said, wish you also have a wonderful day. See you guys in the next one. Bye.